Hello, church family. This is update number 3 on the COVID-19 quarantine situation. As of today, the reason it's taken me so long to give you this next update is because there really hasn't been much changes with regards to the situation beyond what the government has already set out with President Trump's declaration of the 10-day and our 10 people. Anything above 10 people is not recommended to meet. With regards to our own church, the GC session finally actually has a proposal for what will happen potentially with the postponing of its GC session this year. We'll see what that ends up happening. We'll see when that hits the floor, what ends up being the case. But for our purposes, nothing really has changed beyond what we've already been doing. And so, as a word of encouragement, I was thinking a lot about a certain line from a movie called Day After Tomorrow. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with it, but it's a film about what would happen if the temperatures dropped rapidly because of what we have been doing with the environment. Instead of global warming, it was talking about a global cooling and a new ice age that would come. And the movie is about a storm that hits where the temperatures drop rapidly and snow and ice cover most of the world, including the United States. And in this film, it follows the one family in particular, where the son is out on a decathlon trip with his school, and as they're going on, and the storm hits while they're on this journey. They find themselves in a library burning books to stay warm. And at one point, there's a conversation because, of course, to make the movie entertaining, there's a love story between one of the decathlon captains, a girl, and one of the guys who just happens to be on it for her. And at one point, she's talking to him. She says, all I can think about are those decathlon answers. I've spent my life preparing for a future that no longer exists. And that line right there really, really struck me. Because as we think about our times right now, whether this is the beginning of the end or simply a contraction on the way, we know that we're ultimately preparing ourselves for a life beyond this world, for education in this world and greater work in the world to come. And so I think oftentimes we can get so tied up and hung up with things that are not for our future. We can get so stressed, so anxious, so worried about things that are for a future that doesn't exist. The Lord says, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day is sufficient for its own. Don't spend your time right now stressing about what the next 8 weeks, 2 years may bring you, or even the next 2 weeks will bring you. Prepare accordingly, absolutely. But don't worry, don't stress, don't give yourself anxiety about it. Leave it in the hands of the Lord and allow today to be sufficient for itself. Receive the blessing that He has for you right now, whether that be in the arms of your family members, whether that be in a very strong devotional in this time, whether it be a good calming walk, whatever it may be. Allow today and the blessings the Lord has for you today to be what sustains you and what you focus on. With regards to our program situation, I know there have been some issues with people still who are on their phones trying to get their name on the Excel file. It's best if you're using your phone, you'll need to get the Google Sheets app or just use your laptop, and it should be working. Also, tonight we are going to be having our prayer meeting. I've also heard that there's been some issues with Zoom. We're going to try it. The link for the Zoom is here tonight, but be prepared to possibly move to Google Hangout if Zoom isn't sufficient. But we'll play it by ear and we'll see. Prayer meeting tonight will be at 7 o'clock. I hope to see you there. Have a good day.